All right, welcome back or welcome to the Wheelin' Racing channel. This is going to be episode number 20 of the Road to Des Moines series. It is race week. So we're going to go over the course. We're going to start out by kind of giving you an idea what the transition will look like. And then we'll do a quick, brief swim preview. And then a full bike course preview where I'll be talking about kind of what the course looks like, and you'll be able to see turn by turn. Of the entire 112 miles. And then we're going to go just over the run. I'm going to give it a quick rundown, just looking at the map. I'll tell you kind of what to expect, and then we'll be on our way. We're just a few days away from race day, so we're excited to have you here in Des Moines. If you're not from around here, and if you are from Des Moines, let's show them our city. So yeah, let's jump right into it.
All right, welcome to your Ironman Des Moines course preview. We're going to kick things off with transition. You want to be here bright and early, but this is the amphitheater. So come race day, we'll have thousands of bikes out here. You've got the lake over that way, and then you've got the bike course heading out that way. And then once again, the run heading back out this underneath the bridge and around. It'll come back this direction and around and back down to downtown. 3 loops of that. But anyway, this is how we're going to kick it off. Not a whole lot to say about transition other than it's a pretty contained area. You should be able to get out of here pretty quickly. You're going to be coming from that direction from parking. Give yourself ample time. That's probably the most time that you're going to spend walking is from parking all the way to transition, because now this year, instead of going the long direction to the swim start, it's actually going to be just right over here near the docks. So it's a good benefit. Also, you should be going out across Fleur, so it's a little bit quicker. I'm sure you'll have access to underneath the bridge, but yeah, you could probably just get to the swim a lot faster. You also have less of a transition. So that's all for transition. Over to the swim. All right, so you've made your way from transition all the way over to the swim start. You start over here. It's going to be a straight shot towards the boat ramp over that way. You're going to go all the way across following that bridge. Be a little turn over there. You'll come back. You'll start lap 2. Same thing. And then you're going to come in right here. Nice, easy, beautiful lake swim. And it's back out. Same way to transition across the road.
All right, so we're gonna head out onto the bike course. It starts out going through Waterworks Park. We'll head over to the main loop where we're gonna go counterclockwise, and then we're gonna also go counterclockwise on the small loop in the back. From there, we'll exit Waterworks Park and we will head out towards Bell and Veterans Parkway and be on our way. This loop is actually pretty nice and smooth, while it does have a few tight corners, so this should be a good time to kind of get into a rhythm and get yourself ready to go out onto the real roads. Alright, so we're about to exit the park. That's a pretty sharp turn there. And then this is going to head up towards Bell. It's about to go over some railroad tracks. There's 2 sets of these, so you're going to want to keep your bottles safe during that time. You could easily lose them. Alright, so as we turn left onto here, it's going to be a slight uphill just up to Veterans Parkway. This will kind of continue as we go through Veteran Parkway. It's a very slight incline, nothing too crazy. This will be a good time to kind of get into a good rhythm. Veterans Parkway will take us all the way out to Boonville. This is going to be slightly rolling uphill, but smooth, beautiful roads out here. So get into that rhythm. Alright, so towards the back half of Veterans, we're going to start to get to these kind of rollers. Try to keep momentum through these, and you should be pretty good. So once you get through the rollers, you've got a pretty steep downhill on Grand Prairie Parkway. Alright, now that we're at the bottom of the hill, we're going to turn left onto Boonville. This is kind of the area that's got a little bit rougher roads, especially once you get past that blacktop there. And then it'll be fairly flat until we get over just past the actual town in Boonville. And then we'll go uphill and we'll start kind of the rollers heading out towards Redfield. So as I mentioned, this is going to be where the first hills kind of kick up. Alright, so as you cross this intersection, the roads will actually smooth out just a little bit, but we're going to have a climb up to the bridge that'll cross over towards Redfield here. Alright, so this bridge has kind of got some potholes you're going to be aware of, and then once you get past here, it'll be smooth once again. All right, so we're about at mile 29. We're going to head downhill. You're going to want to make sure you maintain momentum because this is going to be our first real climb of the day. And then the course is really as advertised at this point. You really do have rolling hills throughout. It's nothing super substantial as you're getting towards Redfield here, but you will notice that it's undulating. And then you got this area that's kind of flat, a bunch of cornfields, probably going to be susceptible to the wind, so you want to keep your head out for that. And then we're going to turn left here onto Highway 6. It may look rough, but it's actually a pretty good road. I didn't really have any issues with it, so we should be good there. We will continue the trend of kind of rolling through this road as we go towards Redfield. These are definitely less steep hills, so you should be able to keep momentum as long as there's not too much wind in your face. Alright, so now that I've mentioned it a bunch of times, here is Redfield. If you blink, you might miss it. But yeah, we'll head out through here, and then we're going to head south. So as we exit town, we're going to kind of go up our second substantial hill that we'll see on the race day. It's not super steep, but this is going to be a little bit longer one. Now hopefully come race day we're not going to deal with as much weather as I was previewing this course. So, but this in general, this is going to be a pretty straight path once you get going past that hill on Redfield. Again, just general rollers, nothing too crazy past that first hill. Alright, so we're approaching our turn onto Highway 92. This is going to be, if we've got a western wind, your best time to just kind of roll. This is not nearly as rolling as the previous 60 miles, and you should be able to get into a pretty good rhythm. The next kind of marker is going to be once we do get into winter set. There's a little bit of undulation just going through the city, so. Alright, so we are entering winter set. As I mentioned, there's going to be a little bit of undulation, and this really only becomes a factor once we get to the T intersection where we're going to turn left, because you almost, if you don't keep momentum, you will be going up a slight incline without any speed. So if you can keep momentum, you might not have any issues with it, but right here, we're going to turn left, and this is a slight uphill as we get up into the other part of town. Alright, so that was winter set. Now we've got open roads again, and we're going to kind of snake our way going northeast. Alright, so we got a right turn onto Cumming to get us going back east. So as you can see, we've kind of got some more rollers going through here. This is going to be as we approach probably our last big climb, I would say, other than maybe on Army Post Road. So. Alright, so when you see that big gravel hill off into the distance, that's going to be just before our last big climb. This is around mile 86. All right, so as we get up and over the interstate, we'll be approaching Cumming. This is another one of those small towns, if you blink, you might miss. Alright, so we're going to be approaching our left turn. This one's not going to be a very obvious one. It's kind of blocked by the bushes, but then we're going to turn left onto 50th. This is going to be a significant downhill, but you can definitely keep momentum. And then, I guess I spoke to you earlier. This is going to be a hill that's going to take another like 3 minutes or so. So this is really close to town. We are about to turn right in about less than 30 seconds here onto Pine, and when we turn onto Pine, it's over towards Army Post Road. Alright, so one thing that the map doesn't quite capture is when we turn right here onto the highway, we actually got to snake our way over to Army Post Road. From here, we're going to work our way up and down Army Post Road until we get to the U-turn. Alright, not much left here, so we're going to turn right onto Bell. We're going to head down, head towards Waterworks Park again. Okay, so on the return, this is where things get a little bit different. So we actually go past the entrance, and then we're going to go down about a mile, flip a U-turn, and then we'll head back towards the entrance that we came into. Now we're back in the park and just about 2 miles left to the end of your ride. All right, so we are approaching the end of the bike leg. Good time to get the shoes off, get ready to dismount, everything, and you will be off to the run. All right, so we are on to the run course. So we're going to exit the amphitheater, and we're going to take a right onto Gray's Lake Loop. This is going to take us over across the bridge, and then we're going to take another quick 2 rights to get us onto Meredith Trail. Once we're on Meredith Trail, we've got an aid station pretty quickly. We're going to continue out about a mile, and then aid station U-turn. Flip it. We go all the way down to the bridge, where we're going to have another U-turn at another aid station. This like 3-mile stretch is going to be pretty good to see where you're at position-wise with competition, and then also it's going to be a good spot to get into a rhythm. It's relatively flat. Once you get done with the second U-turn, you're going to take a right and another quick right, so you'll be back onto the Grays Lake Loop. Once you're on the Grays Lake Loop, it should hopefully have a breeze coming off the lake, but again, it's a pretty flat area. You'll have one aid station before you exit Grays Lake Loop, and that'll take you up towards Fleur. So this is the one spot that maybe has a little bit of elevation. Just as you're going up Fleur over the bridge, be aware that you are going slightly uphill. Adjust your pace, and then once you get to the top, once you get back into the city, we've got a relatively flat course on the city. Get a few quick turns fairly quickly after you get up over the hill, but then it's a long straight with a right turn and then another U-turn, which will be a left turn when you get into your finish line, but that'll be on lap 3. Then we head back down the same way we came, and we head on the loop going counterclockwise once again, and then back down to our Meredith Trail and repeated it 2 more times. That'll be your Ironman Des Moines run course. That'll also wrap up our course preview. So best of luck to anyone racing, and anyone who's out there spectating and cheering on or volunteering. Thank you. You guys are awesome. And we'll see you Sunday.